Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I'm back today to talk about probably one of the rarest cards that I'm ever going to own, and something very unique and something very special to me. And I really just kind of wanted to showcase the card that I just got in the mail a little while ago, and I wanted to talk a little bit about obtaining the card and trying to kind of document some general information about this particular card, as the information that is available out there is pretty limited. So I wanted to go on the record as best I could and talk about the card that I'm about to show you. And that card is, in fact, my collector Charizard from the Hartford Regionals collectors event that I've been posting several videos about over the past week or two. It is, in fact, that card. For those of you who go, that card looks awful familiar, it should be. It is a card that has actually been printed before. Obviously, the biggest difference is that this one has a very beautiful gold collector stamp on there. Excuse my lighting, it will catch a little bit of the plastic there, but you can see that is a gold stamped collector card. Very rare. Only one of its kind that I know of is a gold collector stamp card like that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that card and how it was distributed. So the card itself was distributed post-event to VIPs who were in attendance at the first Pokemon card collectors event, again at the Hartford Regional Championships. In order to get the card, you had to buy a VIP ticket that cost about $86.50, either online or in person. Every VIP attended received the card post-event. They were not available at the card. Unfortunately, there were some issues getting the card on time. They weren't able to ship out in time, so that's why they were received post-event. Some cards were actually handed out for free at random at the event. That's not unusual for Pokemon organizers to go around and just kind of do freebies, giveaways to kids, stuff like that. In order to obtain the card, you needed to be present at the event, or at least have someone present at the event to provide an address to the event organizers. Individuals were not permitted to buy VIP tickets online, not attend the event, and then receive a card. In short, you needed to have a body at the event in order to receive the card. So when it comes to production and distribution numbers, this one's a little bit fuzzy, but I'm going to try and shed some light on it. The process for a stamp promo requires sending all the cards into the stamping company, dealing with a percentage that are incorrectly stamped, and then going from there. The gentleman who organized the whole shebang, the whole collector's event, estimates that around 400 cards were distributed in total, while that total requested amount was about 500. So several were damaged, unfortunately. And any unclaimed copies that were not distributed at the event were to be sent back to Pokemon. So there isn't somebody with a stash of cards on hand. There's nobody with a stack somewhere in their basement. It's not happening. So they were all distributed out to people who were actually in attendance at the event. So as for the card condition itself and PSA grading, you're actually probably not going to see PSA grade these immediately. If I were to send this in on a one-day express, I would probably have it returned back, because PSA's research system isn't fantastic, and it's going to take them a while to sign off on the card and go, yes, this is in fact a card that we will grade because we know it to be authentic. Matter of fact, right now at the time I'm posting this video, there's probably a lot of speculation about whether or not it's real at all, because it wasn't really talked about or discussed online. It was not there was not a lot of advertising for the event, but as you saw from all the videos I did, clearly there was an event, and I'm not the only person to have filmed it and be a witness to it. I was there. So this was the card that was distributed at post-event. It is in fact real and authenticated by Pokemon. So as for the card condition and I know we touched on PSA grading. There have been some issues reported with some of the edge wear, corner nicks, scratching on the cards. So trying to score a 10 with this card is going to be exceedingly difficult. I doubt there's going to be a 10 that came from that lot. From what I understand from Charlie, who chatted a little bit with me about it. So I don't think that's going to be a thing. With my own card, I know the back, some of the corners, and don't let that piece of plastic fool you. Some of the corners have a little bit of whitening. Mine's actually in fairly good shape. A little nick there in the corner. Centering is, I'll let you guys eyeball it. Maybe a little bit off center, but not bad. I think that's actually a pretty good card. So I'm very lucky to receive mine in a pretty solid condition. So if if and when PSA grades this card, you're looking at an 8 to 9 range, and that's going to be very standard, I think. So, but that's with if and when. So that's a little bit further out, I think. But yeah, I did want to share that this card is in fact just super cool, super rare. I mean, it's a Charizard card with a giant gold collector stamp on it. That's one of the coolest things I can add to my collection. I think it's going to be a big money card one day, which means it's not going to stay in my house much longer. It's actually going to go off site here to a nice safe location. But I firmly believe that once this card has been authenticated and legitimized, it's going to be a really cool card to add to anybody's collection. So yeah, that's about it. That's the card. I'm happy to share that with everybody who wanted to watch. If you have any questions about it or any comments or concerns or anything at all, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to get back to you when I can. Thanks for watching, guys.